Alright, Toolerinos. I have tried to stop buying tools lately, but I still have a lot of stuff sitting around that I never filmed. So here's an estate sale tool haul from last summer. That's just been decorating the floor of the shop. So it was $40. This I paid $5 for. This was the first thing I picked up. And it is a bunch of pop rivets. Different kinds, different styles, different sizes. Lots of different baggies of different ones. And for $5, I pay $5 just for that at the store. So that seemed like a very good price. $1.50 for a box of Reggie's favorite hardware. And it's all the same size. So you got some short bolts, some really short bolts, a little bit longer, and there's some longer ones. Yeah, there's one. An even longer one. And they're all the same size, same thread. So, $1.50 for that whole box, and I'd probably pay $1.50 just for that at the hardware store. So, good addition to the hardware hoard. Next items I picked up were these very large files. This one's like a half round, kind of coarse. It says Premier on the tang, but regardless, it is a big, monstrous file. And this one too is a big Nicholson flat file. I figured I could clean that up and actually use it maybe with the lathe. We shall see. I scored a big socket. It's Impact, and it's 1 1/8. And kind of the reason I snagged it, it's a snap-on. So that socket alone is probably $20 or something. I don't know exactly what this tool is supposed to do, but it opens almost like a mini sheet metal brake, so you can bend sheet metal or something. It would have come in handy when I was working on my gutters last summer. I'm not sure what this bit is all taped on there for and how this is supposed to adjust anything. Let's cut that off and get a look at what's under there real quick. Okay, so there's a bunch of tape, and then there's these adjuster screws that will allow you to adjust the length and lock them in place. But what would go in here? I have no idea. If anybody knows what these are, or how you're supposed to use them, or what they're supposed to do, let me know in the comments, please. I got this interesting Hawk brand compression tester, made in USA. You could just push this up against an open spark plug hole, and it should tell you how much compression you got. Haven't tried it yet. Ooh, there's a patent number. I'll have to look that up. Alright, picked up a Stanley Handyman, one of these kind of levels, squares, whatever you call it. I'm not sure I've really had one of these, or at least long enough to want to use one, but it's interesting. And I got this busted puller. It's New Britain. I don't know if you can read that. The tip is busted off. This one arm has a busted end, but the threaded part in the middle, which is the part that always seems to die on me on my cheaper ones, is still good. So I'm going to see if I can fix that up and make it usable again in some form. A vintage can of something called Hydro Seal, waterproof sealing compound. And here's another impact socket. It's another snap-on. It's a 3/4. which is nice because I always seem to have trouble finding my 3/4. Here's a kind of a cheapo snap ring plier. I don't see any name on it, but you know, it'll do in a pinch. Maybe it'll go to my son. And then here's another snap ring plier, and it's got a like adjustable, so you can open it just so far, and it says Wald's True Arc Plier number 2. Interesting. Have to look that up a little bit. I got a really big brazing tip hunk of copper here. The end is interesting. Not sure how that was originally hooked up. It almost seems like it had a cable through it or something. I don't know. Anybody knows what that is all about or why it's shaped that way? Let me know in the comments, please. And I picked up a very rusted 3/8 drive, long extension. I will clean it up. If it's still serviceable, I can give it to my son. A pokey thing you hammer on. Has seen better days, but I'm sure there's still a lot of life left in it. Just need to clean it up. There's a little middle case. Looks like I wire brushed a little bit to see how it would clean up. So what's inside? I don't even remember. Oh, cotter pins. It was originally a Buffalo brand 10-piece 1/4-inch drive deep socket set, but now it's a bunch of cotter pins. Okay. So I also scored 2 big ball peen hammers, and this one is very massive, very heavy. It needs a new handle, but you know, I figured I could handle that. The other one, which I kind of was a little, you know, what do you want for these 2 hammers? You know, just to look at it, you'd think it's just a ball peen hammer, but if you look closely, it's got the Amco logo, and it is definitely like a beryllium copper type hammerhead. So again, not a good handle, but a very cool hammerhead.